Hi everyone, so in this video we will look at the roles and permissions required to work with the HDL process in Oracle Cloud. So first of all we have to go into our tools from where we can provide roles. So under rules we have to choose the security console, and here click on users, and here you have to search your user. It's taking time. So in my case I want to use this fin_impl user. Click on it, and actually I have already added the role I want to. So if you want to add any role, just click on this edit button and search for that role. So let's see whatever role I have provided regarding this HDL. So yeah, here it is, human capital management integration specialist. This role you need to give to your user. And now comes to home. Yeah, here under my client groups, click on data exchange. I will show you an example. So here under HCM Data Loader, click on view business objects, and here you can see all the business objects here. But in case you haven't provided that role to your user, you won't be able to open this part. So okay, here I will search for worker because I have to create employees, so I need this worker business object. And what we will do, like we will create OIC integration for employees creation through HDL process. So we will do integration things in second part. In this part of video we will only discuss these roles and permissions things. So now for you can see here this is worker business object, and here it is its dart file. And by clicking on this template file you can download this worker.dart file, so you can see all the structures of this worker uh, business object. So as I have already created, I will show you. Yeah, this is it. I have created, I have downloaded it earlier. So you can see that it has more than 30 components here. So we don't need this much data. We will only use required components in our .nxsd file. We need to create worker.nxsd file for our integration. So let's come to this. Here click on worker. Here you can see that before this worker component, here it is a small circle. It identifies that it is a required component. So likewise you can see before this person name also this small circle is mentioned. Likewise you can see here before work relationship, employment terms, assignment. So these are the required components. And for example, same as if we will click on any component and goes to its attribute section, so here you will see uh, these are its fields, and before this also it has this small circle, and before this also. So these specifies that we need these fields as well. These are the required fields. So when we will create our .nxsd file, we can't ignore these mandatory fields, so we will use these at that time. Now I will show you. Yeah, okay, let's see that .nxsd file which I have already created for this. So here it is, you can see. So these are the labels, and these are the details which you can see in this file as well. Like whatever lines are starting with this metadata, these are the header. So when come to this .nxsd file. Okay, let me show you one more thing. You can see it has a common attribute, which is source system owner. So these all fields, we have to provide a common lookup for all these fields, which we will take from our Fusion. So for that, click on this settings and actions, and under this click on this setup and maintenance. It's taking a lot of time. I guess I have network issues. Okay, fine, it's open now. Here click on search and come to this. Here I have already searched this, so this is manage common lookups. Search with this, click here. Here you have to search lookup type, which will be HRC system owner. Actually it's source system owner. Okay, no, it's not owner, it's source system owner. Yeah, and search it. Now you can see here it has given all the lookup codes. So we will use this HRC SQL loader for our all the source system ID. Sorry, for our all the source system owner. Okay, come to this .nxsd file. So for all the source system owner, we will give that lookup only. And another thing I want to let you know that this source system ID and source system owner, the combination of both will make any component unique. Okay, and this source system ID is used for linking purpose. Like we can link our person name label with this worker. So for that, what we have to do is that we have to provide our source system ID under brackets to this person ID, and same we will do with other component as well. Like you can see in work relationship label as well, it is linked with this person name. And one more thing you can do, like here you can see I have provided source system ID under to this period of service ID, so it will be linked with this work relationship. So like this also you can do. And yeah, that's it. Yeah, one more thing. Yeah, so let's understand this. You can see all the lines are terminating with this pipe symbol, and when this component is ending, we are using EOL, and it will terminate this component, and we will come to this new component. We will start here. That's it for. Okay, and one more thing, you need to make a CSV file as well, from where you will provide your source data, whatever you want to do. Like I want to create 3 employees, so I have given 3 employees name. It is its first name, last name, serial number, action code will be higher. So this CSV file you have to upload on your FTP server, and yeah, so this is my FTP server. I have already uploaded worker.csv file here. And what is left for us to understand? Let's see. Yeah, one more thing I remember I should mention here is that, okay, let's go to data exchange under my client groups, and I will show you how you can manually upload your data. So come to this import and load data. If you want to check your data is correct or not, you have provided all the required and mandatory fields, and everything is fine with your data file, so you can check that from here by clicking on import file, you can simply upload your file, and if it will be successful, you will get all the clarifications that yeah, this file is fine, we can go with this file for our integration work. Yeah, here you have to choose this. You have to click on submit now. For now, cancel it. Here you can see import status, load status, all are showing here. So these are my previous works I have done. So here also you can see your progress. Yeah, that's all for this video. If you have any doubts or any suggestion, you can put under this videos comment section, or if you like this, please like my video. Thank you for watching.